What is codependency? Codependency is when we sacrifice our own personal needs to meet the needs of others. How many times have you done that? It's something that we try to say that is about love, we care about the person, that we're doing it for those reasons. And the truth of the matter is, although love is sacrificing, it doesn't mean that you sacrifice to the point where you're not sleeping, you're not eating, you're getting sick, you're so consumed with the issue that you're now obsessing over it and it's all you think about. It's you can't even focus because that's all you are dwelling on. That's not what love is. Love is patient, love is kind, love is understanding, love is enduring, but not to the point where it becomes abusive or it becomes controlling or it becomes an obsession. And I think sometimes that's where people miss it. They miss the mark on that and they get in unhealthy relationships or unhealthy relationships, whether it's with a mate, whether it's with a family member, whether it's with a friend. And they find themselves in a controlling relationship where they are being manipulated by this person who is codependent, who's operating off of what they can do to control the person. So if you are codependent, you feed off of someone who needs you. You desire to be needed. You want to feel like that you're the only person that can fix this problem. And so when you are in a situation where you recognize that there's an issue and you can't fix it, you become consumed with it. That's all you're thinking about. It's all you're talking about. You're not sleeping. You're not eating. You're frustrated. You're angry. And then ultimately you start to manipulate and you start to control, especially when you feel like you're losing even further control because this person isn't conforming to whatever it is that you're trying to do. A lot of times people are codependent because they're afraid of loneliness. They're afraid of not being needed. And so they live off of being a codependent. So if it's not one codependent relationship, it's another codependent relationship. So they may be codependent with a family member, and then it's with the person they're in love with, or then it's with a friend. And oftentimes it comes from trauma. It comes from being in a bad situation to begin with. And from there, you're afraid of being left or you're afraid of losing. And so you pull by saying and doing things that are going to make this person rely on you. And that is not love, although many people will call it love and they'll just say, oh, the person loves me so much, or I love the person so much, so this is why I act like this. The truth of the matter is that's very unhealthy. Relationships should not be built off of control. It shouldn't be built off of manipulation. It shouldn't be built off of guilt. It should be built off of a foundation where love is kind, love is honest, love is fair, love is enduring. And sometimes people will take that word and say, well, you're saying love is enduring, so I have to fight through this. I have to push through this. I have to be able to endure all of these bad things and hurt myself and harm myself because I love this person so much. And that's far from the truth. That's not what love is. And I think as we study the word love and we understand truly what love is, our eyes will be open to see that we have been operating in a healthy relationship. I remember when I first learned many years ago that I struggled with codependency. I read this book called Codependency No More. And I have to tell you, that book opened my eyes to so much about me. I remember believing that if I did all of these things to help this person, that was what I needed to do. If I didn't do it, then I was a bad person. I wasn't kind, I wasn't loving, I wasn't fair. And so I would do it all at sacrificing the things that I needed. The things that I desired to do, the things that were healthy for me. And I found that after reading the book that no, it wasn't that I wasn't loving and kind and helpful. It was that I was self-destructing. I was hurting myself. I was abusing myself in turn to try to prove something to this other person. And I found that that really wasn't healthy. And once I was able to recognize that, I was free. I felt better. I was able to say no more and be okay with that. I was able to allow myself to not feel bad when I said no, when I wasn't able to help. I was able to be in relationships with family members, friends, and not feel like I owed them something, or if I didn't do this or I didn't do that or I didn't sacrifice myself on their behalf, that I wasn't a good friend. That is freedom, when you're able to breathe in and out and know that, okay, I didn't do it, but that's okay. I don't have to. And it doesn't mean that you don't be helpful to other people. It doesn't mean that you don't try to help people figure out their problems or research or solve, or it doesn't mean any of that. It just means that it shouldn't come to the point where you're obsessed with it. It shouldn't come to the point where you're consumed with it. It shouldn't come to the point where you are self-sacrificing to try to save this other person, to help them. That is not what love and caring is about. Free yourself. Let's not be a codependent anymore. Have a great day.